Danny felt his mouth go dry. She wants to cancel because I'm a few months late?
First, kiddo, it's not a few months. It's 15 months.
Okay, but...
You know how bad things are in the industry. Publishers are all freaking out about ebooks. They're looking for any excuse to cancel contracts these days.
Was there ever a time when things weren't bad in publishing? Mindy gave a quick rueful laugh, more a bark.
Louisa Penniman doesn't screw around.
This isn't just a threat? I mean, you think she's actually serious?
As cancer, Mindy said.
Then quickly she added,
Sorry. Bad choice of words.
Mindy Levitin had gotten him a bigger advance for his biography of Jay Gould than he'd ever expected. It helped that his first book, The Kennedys of Boston, had been a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize, even though it didn't sell particularly well, or actually win the Pulitzer for that matter. Also, he had to admit that his proposal had been damn good. Even better was Mindy's pitch to publishers.
No one knows who Jay Gould is anymore,
she'd written in her cover email.
Yet no one had heard of some Olympic track star shot down in World War II, but Unbroken was a massive bestseller. Nor had anyone heard of a serial killer who menaced Chicago during the World's Fair, which didn't stop readers from buying The Devil in the White City. It's all in how the story is told.
And Danny knew how to tell the story. Jay Gould was a railroad speculator and a strikebreaker, and one of the richest men in America. An inside trader and a virtuoso at bribery. A scammer and a liar who actually bragged about being the most hated man in America. Random House, HarperCollins, and Simon & Schuster had all bid, but Louisa at Triangle had topped them all. The money sounded good at first, until you subtracted Mindy's 15% and spread the payments over the 3 years, at least, it would take him to write the book. Plus, a big chunk of the money wouldn't come in until the trade paperback was published, at least a year after the hardcover. Not that he was complaining. He got to do what he loved, and if he lived frugally and didn't go on any trips to the Caribbean, he could have made it. But then came the call from Sarah. His ex-wife had just gotten the results of a biopsy. There'd been no lump, nothing on a mammogram. Just a little warmth and redness in one breast she noticed one day. The skin felt different, hard and taut like an orange. Her lymph nodes were enlarged. Her doctor had told her it was probably an insect bite and he'd prescribed antibiotics. Her doctor was wrong. The survival rates for inflammatory breast cancer weren't great. She was a single mom and she was frightened. One minute Danny was researching the Great Southwest Railroad strike of 1886, and the next he was Googling estrogen receptors. Sarah's second husband had taken a job at a firm in Manhattan, and their eventual breakup had been acrimonious. And the guy was a jerk, as Sarah had finally come to realize. She needed Danny's help. He began eating a lot of cafeteria meals at the Dana-Farber Cancer Center. For the first time in years, his daughter actually seemed to need him around too. She needed a steadying presence. She also needed someone to drive her to dance practice and play rehearsals and sleepovers. While he waited in the cramped back room of the dance studio, he researched chemotherapy and radiation and hyperthermia and raw apricot seeds and vitamin B17. And Jay Gould moved to the back burner. Because Mr. Gould, as fascinating as he was, wasn't as important as Danny's daughter or his ex-wife, whom he'd never stopped loving even when she stopped loving him.
Danny?
What?
I said we need to figure out what's next. How soon can you get me 150 pages to see if we can keep them on the reservation and keep her from canceling?
You think that'll do it?
Might. Who knows? It's the only card I have to play. So, you'll do it?
Danny wasn't even close to having a decent 100+ pages, and he wouldn't be for at least a month. But if the book was canceled, there went his entire income stream. Danny swallowed hard. No problem, he said.